guys, welcome into another episode of The Hot Corner. I'm here today with none other than Rachel Roupe, Liberty legend. Rachel, it's good to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm so thankful. This is awesome. And this is so cool. And I think this is exactly what our sport needs, especially at Liberty. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. And let's talk a little bit about why you're here,
Okay.
especially this weekend. Okay, honey, a little hardware race. I know we say ring by spring. We did it. Three.
Say that. Yeah, so 3 rings by springs. I've had that experience. Yeah. I don't have my 3rd one yet, but we do have that this weekend, and it's just so awesome to have, like, all of our teammates back. And I think it's gonna be a great day, and I think just being able to be recognized for what our team did, like, I'm so excited. It's always so exciting.
And have you seen the clip of Belly and Jeremiah when she gets that little tiny ring and she's showing it off? Imagine what you're gonna look like with like a whole hand.
A whole hand.
Yeah,
A whole hand.
much bigger than her ring, by the way. Yeah, got to see Rachel's ring and it's pretty blinged out.
It's blinged out. It's blinged out. I had a little photo shoot yesterday, so I got to see it, and it was amazing. I was like, "This is exactly what I wanted it to be," and it was so pretty. I love it.
And let's talk about a little bit of that season last year. I mean, it's hard to get much better than that. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
the last game, anytime it ends, it's gonna hurt. But a legendary season. I mean, can you walk me through some of your personal favorite moments?
Oh.
I have my own.
Oh, okay, I think we might have similar one.
I want to hear yours. Yeah.
Well, I think honestly the entire postseason run was my favorite. We started our season off super strong. Like we beat Bama. We had other good wins in the beginning, and those were awesome. And it was such like a good first start for Liberty. In the past, like we dot piles our schedule up in the beginning, and sometimes it's either great or it's like, all right, you guys got to work through it. And we started off really hot, and so that was exciting. And then getting a postseason, like starting in conference and having those La Tech games where it's extra innings, it's just going back and forth and back and forth, and then us losing a game and then having, like, just completely I think that, like, rewired us for postseason and, like, helped us a lot. And then, obviously, you have the Texas A&M,
Right.
when we got our names called there, I just remember, like, we were like, "Turn it off." Like, "There's no way. There's no way." And I think it was honestly me and Rachel Crane, we went to Brewster's after, and we were just sitting there, we were like, this is, like, why us?" But then we kinda like, "Let's just do it." And so we went to College Station, and one of the most beautiful softball stadiums ever. It was so fun to play there, and honestly, like, it felt like home. Like, when we were practicing there, I was like, "Okay, like, this I feel good there." I'm sure you know, like, when you go to certain fields, you're like, "This is just not the vibes."
Yeah.
Like, but it was good. It clicked. Like, we were hitting, I was like, "Yeah, this feels great." And so, I think when we went out to compete, like, there was just a peace over our team, and, yeah, so when we played them, we were just, like nobody was nervous or anxious. Like, it was just, like, doing what we had to do and just competing, and it was so much fun. Like, I know, like, the home runs and all of that. I think one of my favorite moments that had nothing to do with the games, it was after we won, me and Savannah Jessie, we had these interviews after the last game,
Yeah.
and the stadium was completely cleared, and it was just Jester and I, like, on the field by ourselves, and we were kinda just sitting there, we're like, "Wow, like, this is so amazing." Like, it was just, like, you finally see the hard work, like, the UCLA, like, you beat them, but then you lose San Diego State, and then you're in the regional final with Georgia, and you lose on a walk-off, and it was just, like, seeing that executed finally, like, I can't even like, it was just like seeing God, like, is seeing you trust God's plan.
Right.
So, like, that was so amazing.
Did it kind of shift from the why us to why not us?
Yeah.
Why can't it be us? Year after year, we make our mark not only in our conference, but we get these Power Four wins. It kind of felt like your guys' time. And I remember the interview, especially, your win after A&M, and you had come off of multiple home runs, and you could tell your out of breath because you're excited, right? You guys just it was a full celebration, but seeing you be able in that moment to be so confident in your team and also, just like glorifying the Lord. Yeah, everything that you do. Yeah, was so special for us at home
Oh.
to see.
Yeah, I think, like, when Yoder threw that last pitch, I can't even like, I'm sure you guys felt the excitement, but, like, to be one of the players on the field and, like, in front of all those fans that just have been, like it was a very hard environment to play in, but it was so much fun, and, like, I just remember, like, I chucked my glove and, like, everything just was, like, quiet. Like, it was I would the only thing I was focused on was running to my teammates, and, like, it was still just quiet because like, I'm, like, out of body, I feel like, and they're like, "Man, we need you to come give an interview," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I was excited, but I was like, "I have no idea, like, I can't think right now," and, like, I was trying to process all of it, and then I was like, "Alright," and then but you do so many interviews and stuff, like, it just I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna say whatever the Lord needs me to say."
Right.
So, yeah.
All right, Rachel. So you mentioned a place that felt like home. What about this? Bring back
Oh,
the
marry up. No, for sure, like, just seeing it gives me literally chills. Like, this is perfect, this is home right here.
So, what I wanna do here, we saw some of the at-bats that you had.
Okay.
Incredible composure, yeah, you talked about it, the peace
Yeah.
that kinda came over you. I wanna talk about a little bit of that mental approach, what it looks like for you before you step in the box.
Okay. Well, for me, like, we watch so much film. So kind of knowing that they're gonna have great pitchers, the umpires are gonna have smaller zones, especially like going from Conference USA to SEC.
Yeah.
So it was kind of just like trusting myself. I'm not a hitter that can think so much. So it's like keeping it very simple, aggressive, and just like, just not a very detailed. Like, some people, like, "I have to sit aside the plate, I have to do this," and it's like, no. Like, some days, like, I'm like, my favorite pitch can change, so it's just like, I'm like, "Alright, like, I'm just gonna trust what I can do." And so, yeah, when we got on this field here, it was just like, I'm gonna keep it small zone, I'm gonna get my pitch, and I just honestly, like I said, there was just a peace over me that I was like, the ball looked like a beach ball, so I was like, "Thank you, but yes, if yes." So, yeah, that was just kind of it, keeping it simple, especially because 'cause they're great pitchers, they have a great staff, and I think our whole team did that as a whole, so
Yeah, and I've talked to you a little bit about the wrist tape, base that you like to ride
yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about what you're saying to yourself when you say keep it simple. You got some verbal
Yeah.
affirmations that you like to repeat to your
Yeah, so on my wrist, I would write because that always is like, you have to be one with the ball. So I wrote like one with the ball. I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because that's how long I have to like think about my error or mess up if we do those, which we all do. And then I think I have like just have fun. Like I feel like sometimes I make the sport way like too big and I put it too high and I'm like, dude, like if you think about it, this is just one elite wiffle ball game that we're all playing.
I couldn't have said it.
And I try to think about that when I'm like frustrated and I'm like, hold on, like let's just go play some wiffle ball against elite players. And
Absolutely.
so it's just like having fun with it. And I think that like I'm sure you see when I hit, I have this long walk and all of that. Like I'm processing what I'm doing and my hitting coach, especially when we play at home, she's like right behind me. So like her role for me was when at whatever I say to her, she just nods her head yes. Like
Right.
it could be completely wrong, but like I need to be in the mindset where I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. So she's like, yeah. And so I knew I needed that routine for myself. And so that for sure helped me. And I hope any hitter that like has a hitting routine and all of that because it truly does like calm your nerves. It gets you in rhythm and routine, obviously.
And speaking of routine, it's one of the best ones that I've seen in NCAA. It's one of my favorites. So we're actually gonna have Rachel do her routine.
Oh
Now,
no.
usually when she steps out, she goes pretty far out of the box, but I mean, you command the field because it's yours, obviously.
Yeah.
As many home runs as you can.
Okay.
So we won't have you go as far, but we
So
still
yeah, I may walk off.
we still want to see you do a little bit of the walk
Okay.
and
I'll do the walk.
there, and let's see the rest
Oh,
of the routine.
there. Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's see it.
Well, okay. So I'm on the right side.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like Before I get in the box, I take a deep breath here, like I'm getting myself ready. I do a little cross, and then I kind of just go into it. All right, let's say there's a ball, wham, get my take, and I'm gonna walk again. My hitting coach is over here, so I'm like saying whatever I have to say, thinking about what I have to do, and then cross, get back in, and showtime.
And what are we thinking about the pitcher right here?
Um, I'm thinking a lot for it all. Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to be mad at this girl because she's trying to get me out, so my thoughts have to be aggressive. Like, if you get in the box and you're not competitive and you're not up there to do damage, then you're like, hitting's a lot of confidence. I'm sure you know, like, it's more confidence than mechanics. Like, the ugliest swings get hits because it's just like, oh, well, they don't care. So it's like, for me, it's like getting in the box, having an aggressive approach, and like, I'm not gonna let this girl get me out kind of thing. So,
And for you, it's definitely rare, but throughout a career,
yeah.
you can't go without a slump. Oh, when you are, digging for that hit, digging for any ounce of
Yeah.
remembering why you play the game,
Yeah.
what does that look like for you in those moments?
Well, okay, it starts off the field. So, like, when I feel myself in a slump or I'm not like things aren't working and all of that, I resort to my mindset coach. So I go to him, I go to the sauna. I have to do things outside of my sport to like make me relax. Then I come in and I work with my hitting coach. I get things going there. And then I just like focus on having quality at bats and not like just hits. Because I feel like when hits, quality at bats, there's like 7 different kinds of quality at bats or 8. I can't remember the exact number.
Right.
But it's like I rather have that ratio of like getting good at bats than just like, oh, did I hit the ball or not? Very black and white. Like, I feel like in this sport, you have to find, like, the little wins. And so for me, when I'm feeling that, it's like, okay, like, I'm laying off a pitch I usually swing at, or, okay, I'm hitting the ball hard, or I'm moving runners to scoring positions when they're or scoring runners, like, all of that. Like, I think for me, it helped keep it so much more simple. So,
So simplify,
simple.
control only what you can control, knowing that out here, right, you're playing a 1v9 game.
Yes.
So there's only so much that you personally can do. Well, sometimes you could hit screamers right at somebody, right? And that doesn't take away from your preparation. It
Yeah.
doesn't take away from quality of the at bat, but
Yeah.
it just might not show up on a stat sheet. So
Oh, no.
it's important to see someone who has, run through the stat sheets of the rest.
Yeah.
Say that all goes back to quality.
Yeah, I think, like, in the beginning of this past year, I started off and I was probably batting, like, a 1 something in the beginning of the year, and, like, I was hitting the ball hard, people were catching it, like, it was really frustrating, but I think, like, I didn't try to make it I knew it was gonna fall eventually, and so, like, the first, like, month, it was, like, 1 something, but then I just kept trusting that, like, I'm gonna get the quality at bats, and then that's when you end with your All-American year. It doesn't matter how you start, because usually most of my slumps are in the beginning, but, like, once you keep working hard and, like, trusting yourself and not making it too big, like, it comes back around, like, the game gives back eventually, even if it's those little dinks. I remember I got a double in the infield, and I was like, "Yeah," 'cause the sun got in her face and she didn't touch the ball, and I was like, "Perfect, now I'm on." Like, it's just, like, little things, so
Be faithful and diligent, and you
yeah.
guys reap the harvest. Absolutely. Okay, so we talked mental game, we talked routine. Really quickly, before we move into a little bit of gear and your preferences, when we were making the transition to sit down, you told me a little bit of what was happening behind the scenes. Can you tell that story?
Yeah, yeah. So, the day that we had the regional championship, we walk into our locker room, and I'm sure you know, at Georgia, we got walked off last year in the regional championship, and that obviously was a huge fuel for us going into the year, which was kind of great that they played it, but, we walk into the locker room, and they had us being walked off by Georgia just playing on the TV, and, like, they would play it, and instead of just, like, restarting the clip, they would play it, and then they would rewind it. So, like, it would in backwards, and then they would do it again, and they would backward, and I was like, "Somebody unplug this TV." So we unplugged it, we put jerseys over it, we're like, "We're not even thinking like that." But honestly, it, like, probably fueled us because that was our whole motivation for the whole year was, like, we are getting over that, and so them showing us, like, "Hey, this is what you didn't do last year," was like, "Alright, like, let's do it." So, it was kinda funny.
Alright, but
Alright, bet. Cute. Thank you for that.
so sorry. So I said that we were gonna get into gear a little bit. We saw the routine with the wooden bat, but
Yeah.
let's talk about some of your preferences
Okay.
when it comes to, um, brands, when it comes to color.
Yeah.
What are you swinging right now?
Well, like, everyone has their own preference on brands. So, like, there's not one particular brand I'm like, "Oh, this is terrible." But we, Liberty was sponsored by Rawlings, and prior to college, I swung Easton,
Okay.
and I loved Easton. Like, my Ghost is amazing. And then I got to Liberty, and I swung the Rawlings Mantra, which wasn't bad. I just, like, I went from Easton, that pop, and then Mantra was more like it felt more like, it was solid when I hit it. Like, I liked it.
Yeah.
It didn't make as loud of a noise, and I'm, like, a noise girl. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like, if I swing a bat and it sounds like, I can't hear it, I'm like, "Oh, I'm not swinging." Like,
You wanna hear the
yeah, I wanna hear the pop.
Gotcha.
So, once Rawlings, like, they, teamed up with Easton, they became one, and we started getting Easton bats, I was like, "Yes." Like, this is amazing because I love the Rawlings gloves, like, they're amazing, great quality, they lasted me the whole year, and you get thousands of reps, so, like, it was great.
Shout out Golden Glove, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
She just casually mentioned, it's like, I love Rawlings gloves.
Yeah.
I just so happen to be an All-American and the Golden Glove recipient, so, yeah, we'll just throw that out raw so you know. Shout out.
Yeah. Um, so the gloves are great. The Easton bat, I swung it's I'm really bad with the names. I think it was a Ghost, but it's gray into, like, light blue. I'm really bad with bat names. So, but I
I think
love
that definitely is the ghost.
okay, I think it's a Ghost too, but love that, and then now, like, all the bats are getting, like, these colors. Oh, it's so cute. Like, like, I'm sure you've seen, like, Marucci's
Marucci, the neon.
yes, their
Right.
colors are great. I love the color choice, and then, like, Easton's even doing, like, the bomb pops or, like, the different kinds or, like, I haven't looked at all of them, but, like, the greens and the pinks, like, I love it. Like, that's so cute because like, you wanna get up to that and you wanna be like, "Yeah, this looks good." So I like those bats. This summer, I used, a Louisville is that how you say it? Louisville? Yeah. Some people say Louisville, and some people say Louisville.
So
And I
I will tell you as having a mother from Kentucky, people from Kentucky say Louisville.
Louisville.
People not from Kentucky say Louisville.
Louisville, yes. So I'm like, it was the cryo though, and we were at a tournament and they let us use like, they gave us bats, and
Mhm.
so I was still swinging an Easton and I was also swinging the cryo, and I actually did like that bat. It was good, and I haven't swung one of those kinds of bats in a long time, so I did like it. Like, I'm not like a Easton's my go-to, but, like, I also, like there are some other good bats. I've swung the Marucci, like, the mint one this summer a little bit because my teammate had it, and I was like, "This is a nice bat too." Like, but I think it's just, like, all preference,
Yeah,
really.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so with that, let's go into a little bit of hot or not. I want to take your takes on a couple of things.
Okay.
Some things that have kind of emerged in what I've seen, and you're going to tell me if you like it or not.
Okay.
All right. First, the foot shin guard. Hot or not? What's your preference?
Honestly, I think it's hot because when people wear, like, the designed ones,
Mhm.
I never put one on my foot just because I'm a little superstitious. Now, I know superstitions they're not necessary. But, like, I was just like, "Okay, like, I don't need it on my foot." Have I hit the ball into my ankle multiple times? Yes, and wish I had it? Yes. But, like, when people have, like, the designed ones, like, I don't know if you've ever seen, like
Fly.
yes, I'm like, "That's kinda cool." And, like, I get jealous, like, I kinda wanted that on my leg, but I'm like, "It's fine." Like, I can't change it up now.
And I've seen with batting gloves recently, kind of the thick band where you almost have to wrap it up
Mhm.
your arm. Hot or not? Do you like traditional or do you think that's a little extra or you think that's kind of fly?
Well, okay, 2 of my batting gloves this year had the wrap.
Yeah.
And I mean, I loved it. I think sometimes when you're rushing, this is a little a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say hot. I love extra. Like,
Okay.
I think it's extra, but I think it, like, depending on the moment, like, it's not hot when you're rushing and you're, like, I don't know, and you're trying to get things set, and you're like, "Hold on, just wait 1 second." But, like, I think it's as a hitter, like, I like having it's, like, in, but some people hate it. Like, some people are like, "This is too much on my wrist, I
Yeah.
can't do it." I actually didn't mind it. So I was like, "Okay." But I do love just a simple
Yeah.
like, that's really hot. Like, that's easy.
Really
That's really
okay. You like once I make my walk, I like to simplify a little.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like a simple
And
simple
the last one, the sliding mitt.
not. No, oh my gosh, not. Like, I get the point. I get the point. But what? Like, it's just I can't. I had like this summer we were like gifted one and like I put it on my hand and I'm like, absolutely not. Like I love the like I've jammed the finger, like it
Mhm.
hurts. But like that's just
It's kinda pick me, right?
it it living yeah, I guess.
Okay, that might I could be totally wrong. That's like my personal take is like, "Hey, look at me. I'm Hale
Look at me,
County."
I'm gonna steal.
Yeah.
But I will say,
So
I don't know if you
uh,
remember Caroline Hudson,
yeah.
okay? Wasn't somebody that was gonna steal, but, like, she wore one, and I was like, "Okay."
But honestly,
But,
she
like,
could do whatever she wants.
she could. Shout out Huddy, I miss her.
Same thing with you,
Well,
honestly. I mean, some people I've hate people like runs and people are like, "Do whatever you want. Look like you're getting something out of the oven. Who cares as long as you can hit the ball,"
yeah,
you know?
well, yeah, the one hand's okay.
Yeah.
The 2 though, I'm like, "Hold on, what are
Hold
we"
on. Are we baking a cake?
I would feel stuck. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like, how do you get up from the ground?
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know.
But I never wore
I'll have to
one.
look it back.
I can't so absolutely not, though.
Okay, so, talking a little bit about brands and deals,
Yeah,
NIL.
yeah,
Looking at athletes throughout this university, softball hasn't been necessarily, I would say, a sport where people think NIL at the forefront.
yeah,
Even though NIL has had this growth, but you specifically,
mhm.
when we're looking at athletes really utilized, some of those deals, and I feel like you were so well connected. What did that look like for you starting?
Well, I feel like a lot of it was just, like, one, like, the Firefly, I did that. I actually just really loved their product, and I think it like, I was like, "Oh, I wanna do Firefly, like, that'd be cool." And then I got into Underdog Athletics, which I just, like, liked their mission and, like, what they were doing with sports and stuff. But yeah, I think NIL, especially in the softball world, it can grow more. Like, there's gonna be
Mm,
so much more opportunity, especially here. I think that it's one of those things, though, where, like, you kind of have to like, when you're a sport I know, like, you have, like, your Texas Techs, like, their NIL insane, like, they
mm,
got it, like, they're great, and then there's other programs like that as well. Um, I definitely feel like here, like, you have to definitely do your reaching out and, like, doing the brands that you wanna work with and kind of going from there, but I thought it was, like, a good experience. It was fun to just, like, receive things and make videos. I like that stuff, so
and, you talked about making videos a little bit with, um, just the virality of stuff and
mhm.
social media being so key in really branding and getting
Yeah,
rights out there. Being from a mid-major like me, it's hard enough
yeah,
to get your face out there, even
yeah,
if you've gotten the stats. When you're looking ahead, to playing professionally,
yeah,
how big do you think that is to really use social media
yeah.
to build a platform?
Yeah, I think it's definitely big, and honestly, like, I could definitely do better at it for sure, but I think just in general, especially, like, all pro softball players, like, we have to use our platform extra to kind of, like, get the pro softball to where we want it to be, like, we definitely have to advertise more and do that, and so I feel like not even just, like, me doing it, but as, like, a like a I don't know, a softball society, like, we have to do extra hard, getting the pro out there, and I think there's, like, organizations like the AU, like, they've done so well at doing that, and, like, their growth within, like, the last year was insane, but it also, like it takes a village, and I think, like, all the softball girls in the softball community are, like together on it, and so I feel like definitely, like, growing your platform and getting, like, those videos out and, like, pictures and things that and those NIL deals and, like, all of that kind of helps set that up better.
It's like marketing yourself holistically, and drawing more attention to you, but also to the sport.
Yeah.
So keeping that in mind, when it comes to media and broadcast, and we'll wrap it up with this, where do you want softball to evolve?
Yeah.
And where would you like to see softball grow when it comes to media and the broadcast?
Yeah, I think just, like, honestly having I feel like when you can turn on TV and you can, like, watch MLB, like, it's just, like, right there. I feel like being able to turn on the TV and, like, having these pro softball games, like, just, like, right there at the click of your finger, like, kind of thing, and not, like, having to search or, like I know, like, I think AU just had the ESPN stuff, which is so exciting.
Huge.
It's huge, like, that's amazing, I'm so happy. And then you have, like, your other, like, programs outside of the AU where it's, like, you have to go kind of searching for their links and all of that in games, and it's just, like, in all honesty, like, people aren't going to want to search all the time, and so I feel like having that for the AU, having that for these other independent teams and these other, like, leagues, like, being able to just, like, press on your TV and be able to watch it, like, that's kind of how I would want it to be eventually and all of that.
Having it integrated, having a standard, and then having it easily accessible. So I think those things, as you're saying, are gonna be so key in the development over time, and hopefully we see a little bit more of that. So, Rachel, it's gonna be a tradition of this show. When we go out, we're gonna go out with a little bit of music.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you the choice of either a walk-up song that you've had or just some little outro music that you wanna give us.
I love my walk-up song I had for 4 years, but if I were to choose a new song, it would be Whoop, There It Is, and instead of it being Whoop, it's Roupe. So Roupe,
Dang.
There It Is.
Alright. Alright, let's
Yeah.
listen to it then.
There it is.
Upside down and inside out. I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. On the mic and make this party hot. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool. So cool. If you wanna get
And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.